few seconds? Right.
Just can you say a few words, just name,
Sure.
where you're at.
Detective Inspector Mark Trenwith at the Major Crime Investigation Branch.
Did you shoot on the weekend?
And
Very ordinary. Oh, I was 2 down. So
2 down?
It was,
2 down. 7.
okay, good.
just a second.
Is everyone good to go?
Yep. Right.
The arrest of a 22-year-old Southern Suburbs man this morning in relation to the stabbing death of Christopher Hatzis in August was as the direct result of information received from the community. The overall response in providing information has been very good in relation to this matter. We've had over 40 calls to Crime Stoppers relating to the investigation, which has proved invaluable to investigating officers. The investigation into the murder of Christopher Hatzis, who was killed in the early hours of Saturday the 4th of August this year in Light Square, has been extremely complex. It's likely that further arrests will be made in relation to this matter, and we are again calling for members of the public who have information to come forward. Police believe that there are people who saw what happened to Christopher Hatzis on the night that he was killed, but are yet to come forward. We would like those people to get in touch with police and talk to us about what they saw. It's also fair to say that some people who we've spoken to have been uncooperative. I would say to them that a young man is dead, that if you know anything, now is the time to come forward, clear your conscience and provide police with your account of what you saw, especially now that the matter is before the courts. It's not too late to talk with police and offer information, and if you don't, you can expect that you'll get police knocking on your door. As I said, the investigation has been very complex. We've taken around 150 witness statements to this stage of the investigation. We're in the process, with the assistance of police from across the metropolitan area, of interviewing everyone who was at the Savvy nightclub on that morning, which is over 400 people. We're asking anyone with information to contact police through Crime Stoppers. The arrested man was arrested at his home address this morning and is expected to appear in Adelaide Magistrates Court this afternoon.
Has he been cooperative? You said a number of people have been uncooperative since his arrest. Has he been cooperative or during?
I'm not sure what you mean. He's declined to answer any questions, if that's what you mean.
How important was the anonymous information that you received that you spoke about at the last press conference?
Is that the letter?
Yeah.
The letter has played an important role in the investigation today. We still have not identified the person that wrote the letter.
So they didn't come forward?
No.
So he was, this accused killer was named in that letter, obviously.
The matter is now before the courts, so I've got to respect that judicial process, and I'm very restricted in what I can say about the evidence that will be placed before the courts.
What role will you be alleging he played? You said obviously a number of more arrests. What role exactly do you think this person played?
Well, he's been charged with murder, and it's now before the courts, and that's really all I can say at the moment.
Do you believe there was more than one stabber then, if you're looking at laying a murder charge against more than one person?
It's really not appropriate for me to comment on the nature of the evidence that we had, notwithstanding the fact that, as I previously said, we expect to make further arrests in relation to this matter.
And charge them with murder?
Yes.
Can you say how long this man has been on police radar? Has it been since just the letter or prior to that?
The arrested man is part of a number of people who we believe we will allege were at the scene of the murder when the man was killed, when young Christopher Hatzis was killed.
Was he involved in the altercation inside Savvy?
We're not alleging that, no. I should say also that the family of Christopher Hatzis have been advised of the arrest and are very pleased with the breakthrough.
But he's obviously, this guy is not the one that allegedly had the altercation with Chris Hatzis in the Saturday nightclub and was evicted with him, the man that you appealed to come forward?
Yes, as a result of our public appeal, we identified that man. We do not believe that he was physically involved in the incident that led to Christopher Hatzis being stabbed to death.
What about the car, the Porsche Cayenne that was featured earlier? Is that still?
That's still a part of our investigation, yes, and will play a role in the case as it goes through the courts.
Are crime gangs at all involved with this investigation?
No.
Do you believe that there are gang links with any of the people that you've spoken to?
Not clearly, no. That's unclear. No direct outlaw motorcycle gang involvement. I can say that in relation to the cause of death of Christopher Hatzis, it was as a result of being stabbed multiple times.
By one knife or numerous
I
knives?
really can't make any further comment on that.
Have you found a weapon yet?
No, we haven't found a weapon. If anyone has information about the knife which was used in this incident, we'd be very interested in speaking to them. As I said, we're urging anyone who has information to come forward and contact police. So it's obviously it's a vicious crime. A young man is dead, and we're asking for the public's continued assistance.
Do you have a clearer number on just how many people you think were involved? Early on it was sort of half a dozen, you believe, in terms of more
It's a very complex investigation. As I said, there are a number of people in the vicinity when the stabbing murder occurred, and any further than that I really can't say now that the matter's before the courts.
You said you're awaiting the results of DNA test, forensic testing, DNA testing. Has that, is that going to form part of the evidence against this accused man?
Yes, I can say that the evidence in relation to the accused man will comprise CCTV, vision, forensic evidence and witness statements. And really, more than that I can't say at the moment.
How difficult has this crime been to crack?
Well, it's very, as I said, it's a very complex investigation when we have this amount of people who are in the area. We have over 400 people who are in the nightclub. We have a database with their details in it. We're working through the process of interviewing all of those people. So you can see that is an extensive, complex investigation.
What, I guess, additional charges you're appealing for these people to come forward and tell you guys what they know?
Yes.
If it gets to the point that you'll have to obviously knock on their door and do that, what additional charges or what could they, be facing if they don't come forward?
You mean in terms of witnesses who don't
witnesses
provide assistance?
And
It's really difficult to say, but it is possible that if someone is hindering or impeding an investigation, that they can be subject to criminal charges. But that's only speculation, and obviously every case is different. That's probably all I can really say.
Again, can you just outline though how pleased the family are? You've spoken to them today. What have they said?
Well, the family they're obviously distraught about losing young Christopher at such a young age. They're pleased with the investigation progress, and this is obviously a significant breakthrough, and it is the first arrest. As I said, there will be